Hi there, people. Alright, let's keep on working on this doll book, and as you can see we have already done 2 dolls, and time to start with doll number 3. And for this I have done what we already have done before, and this is the drawing of the doll and the inking with a waterproof marker. And then after that I have added 1 coat of acrylic, matte acrylic. We are working with matte acrylics always. And after this coat of acrylic is dry, I have done again the lines, so you can see this better on the video. Actually, you don't really need to do this step, but I have done this so you can really see the lines of the doll, because we need these lines for the next step. And I decided I am going to make this time, I am going to show you how to make a very simple, beautiful doll. And for this we are going to make a wig for her hairs. So I am in moment, at the time we have summer here, and I am very happy about that, and I feel very inspired. So I decided we are going to make a nice flower wig for her hairs. And I want to show you a very easy way to do this. If you have this kind of fabric, this is very thin, and this is especially made for scrapbooking. And as you can see, we can see the lines through the fabric. So we could actually just start following the lines to do the template or the wig, but I am going to show you how to do it the other way. If you have a thick fabric or paper where you cannot see through, then I recommend you to do your template using a clear piece of paper like this one. And as you can see, we are able to see very clear the lines of our doll face. And all you have to do is to do the template. Just put this on your drawing, and using a pencil or any other marker you have at hand, any marker that writes good on the paper, just follow the lines as exact as possible, okay? The lines we need for the wig, for the wig. This is something very funny with speaking English with me. Okay, and I am following the lines of her hair. Yes, I mean, it's not really bad if you don't do this exactly, but around her face I recommend you to do so. So this is going to look nicely, you know, and especially when you're going to cut this off later on, pay attention to cut exactly over the line so you don't have any free spaces. And don't forget these lines to show you where this has to end, okay? So you don't need to draw the face again. All we want to have is this. So we put this away. All we need is this template to be able to cut the wig of the fabric. You see this? Then we put this on it, and you can go ahead and cut this off. Okay, I am going to show you how to. No need to talk anymore. If you want to, you can as well. I don't know, use something to stop the fabric from moving when you are cutting, or you can as well use glue, but only on the places where you are sure you are not going to need the fabric, okay? and then you can start cutting off without having any fears that the template is going to move, because the template has to be this way and it has to stay this way the whole process while you are cutting off the fabric, because if you move it, it is not going to be exactly the same, and then you're going to see this later on. It won't look nicely. Okay, so I recommend you to use something to fix, to stop the fabric from moving. I think I am going to use some tape or something like that. I don't know, I'll show you on the next step. Okay, all right, in this is the first step. I want to have the wig ready before we start with the painting. This time I am going to show you a very easy way to paint the doll face without getting too much into form or into shadows and highlights, you know, just a very easy doll. So you can do this with your children as well, with your daughter or any other small relatives, and they are going to have a lot of fun by cutting off and using glue and glitter on it to embellish. And okay, let's keep on working. Okay, now let's start coloring the face. And as I told you before, I decided to show you a very easy, quickie, great way to color doll faces. And for this, we are going to use the Tombow markers. Tombow markers are watercolor markers, and you can add them first and then activate the color using a water brush or simple paintbrush and water. And you can as well work with them using the blending color you are going to be working with. In this time, for this time, we're going to paint the skin. So in this case, we need the skin colors. I love to work with them because they are very handy and easy to work with. And yes, okay, I'm going to show you the way I do it. And there is always a lot of ways to do something, but this is the way I do it. So I am going to show you just what I do. Okay, and I start to add the skin color first, like this, and then after that I can blend it using the lighter color. In this case, something like beige, you know, like a creamy, nice creamy color. I like it a lot. And then just keep on adding it all over the face. And this acrylic we have used before, as I told you, this is a matte acrylic. So now you can hear my dog belling. Excuse me. Okay, anyway, this acrylic allow me to paint on it using these markers as well, and this is what I love about the matte acrylics. You can use it for many techniques without having any problems at all, and do the blending very nicely. You see this? And I am working using two two markers at the same time, but no problem at all. We can blend after or without any fears, okay? And just remember to leave highlights and to leave the shadows there where they are supposed to be, and you are going to have a beautiful doll face. And as you can see, we can work very quickly with these markers. We can change from one hand to the other, from one color to the other without having any problems by blending. And this looks just very pretty. And as you can see, we can work quickly, and this is going to work just fine. Okay, then after we have do this, we are going to add a little bit of dark shadows, and for this we are going to use the dark brown. You can of course use any kind of brown you want to. You have of course your own markers and your own palette of colors, and this is only a quickly demonstration about how to work using these colors and how cool they are. I have to tell you, I get no commission from them, okay? They are not paying me for making this video or something like that. All of the art supplies I use them because I like them. Of course, I have tried them before, and I will never ever recommend you any art supplies that I haven't tried before. So you can be sure if I show you something and I am working with any kind of art supplies, this is because I like them and I have got a nice experience with them, and I do not get any kind of money from any kind of business or whatever, okay? Well, this is a kind of dark brown, and I'm going to use it here where we are supposed to have the shadows around her eyes, and then I am going to use again the creamy blending one. One thing you have to pay attention is not to push too much when you're working with your markers, okay? All kind of markers, you should treat them gently, with love, and remember the nib is, yes, the nib is not very, what's the name of that? Not very sturdy, okay? So you have to be gentle with your markers, no matter what brand of markers. You don't have to push with them like crazy to get the results you want to have, okay? Just be gently with them and you're going to have a lot of fun a long time. Take care of them and treat them with love and respect. Okay, and yes, let me tell you, it doesn't matter if you go a little bit over the line like this, okay? Because we have the wig and we are going to cover this part with the wig, so you are not going to see this at all. All right, and just keep on adding details like that, you know. Go ahead, pay attention to what you're doing, and if you don't like something, go back and do it again and again until you're happy with it. All right, now I am going to use this kind of pinky one for adding some nice color on her cheek, and as you can see, this has almost no color, so I'm going to look for another one. I have bought all the colors from Tombows. I have them all because I really like them, and this is a nice pink one. Okay, and just add them a little bit here on her eyes as well. You can blend if you don't really like it that dark. Can always blend with the color you have chosen before for blending, and go ahead and keep on working on your doll face until you're happy with it, okay? And after this is done, we are going to glue the wig on her hairs, so she's going to have nice hairs and she's going to look very, very special. Okay, all right, you have seen how I do this. Keep on working on it until you're happy with it, and after that I am going to glue or fabric template on it, and then we're going to keep on working on it. Okay,